Okay, working this wheel still here. So I decided to put all the spokes in here on this one side and kind of see where things line up at. It's fighting me on the other half. So I'm just finishing up this second row here. So these are the overlap spoke. So these just drop down in the hole, fold them around, they come right up to where your nipple belongs, the hole is. It just slips right together because I already drilled them all. Everything lines up like it's supposed to and no problem. That's what you want to see, no binding. So this is what we're after. So this row is working, this half of the wheel is fine. Okay, they're all in there. You got a lot of clearance, everything floats around real nice, there's no binding, that's what you're looking for. Now this is supposed to sit up a little bit higher, and that's where we're going to start coming some binding when you bring it up. I'm not exactly sure what center is. That'll be the next problem. So that's when you look at it this way, how much does this stick in and out like this? So most all your wheels, the drum, you look at your two flanges coming up, should be centered to your rim. So that means the hub, which is behind here we can't see, would be centered to our rim right here. And right now, you can see how it goes all the way that way, and it doesn't quite go all the way this way. We can see it on this side. But it's centered, which is right about here, center, and there's room in here. When it's centered, it's got room to go back and forth. So we're all right with that. So now I'm trying to figure out what's going to happen on this next side. So you got this thing where it wants to sit, nice and square. Now we see where these spokes drop in at. That's what we're going to figure out. And this is where we're having our binding problem. So this spoke lines up fine, which is what we want. Without doing anything, just lift the spoke right up. It goes right to the hole where it belongs. Everything lines up pretty nicely, no problem. Now when you go to this spoke over here, get that one out of the way. This one here goes right in there, no problem also, and it goes right to where it needs to go, right on the hole, so that's good. So we have no problem with that. The problem is when you put the other spoke in here with it, this one and this one are in the same spot, which means it doesn't fit. So right now this nipple hole here is higher than this one, which means this spoke here should be higher than this one, but that's the bottom spoke. See, this is the upper one here. This should be in the higher hole, which is here. It's in the lower hole. This one here, which is our long spoke, goes underneath this one. It should be on the lower side, but see, it's higher. It's up in the high spot, so that overlap is what's causing our problem. See how the spokes, when you line this one up here, that one's off. When you line up that one, this one's off. That's my binding. So what I need to do is I'm going to try to take these spokes out and then see if I can flip them around the other. I'll reverse these and then see if that fixes my problem. Because right now it's binding. Binding is not good. It's actually bad. Now to do this, I got to take this half of the wheel apart, which is no big deal because nothing's loose. I mean, nothing's tight right now. I'm just going to pull all these out right here. That'll allow me to drop these spokes down and kind of get an idea of what's happening here. All these have to come out anyway because to put this row and these other spokes have to be out. So everything I got done has to be redone anyway. I'm just trying to figure out where these spokes need to be to eliminate bind. Okay, so all these are free now, so I got room to work. So if I take these out, pull that out, pull this one out, move it over one hole, put it back in, see which direction it wants to go. Okay, now goes a low hole. Ooh. So now this is our long spoke, which is a low one, and see it goes to our low hole right here, right over here. See, this one's lower than this one, so hopefully that'll take care of our problem. But I have to put the other one back in and see. So I'm going to reverse these and see if it fixes our problem. If we're lucky, it will. If it doesn't fix the problem, then we got a big problem then. Okay, so I'm going to pull these all out of here. Get these other spokes out of the way in order to do that. Pull that out. Okay, so we got the one spoke in there now. Need a low spoke. Low spoke, high spoke. Okay, that should be enough to tell me what I want. Lower ones are in the way. Okay. Those are there. It doesn't line up there at all. This spoke's fighting me. Get out of the way. That one can come up now. There we go. And there where I want it to be. Put one more over here in. Okay, that one works. Alright, what's going on with this one? What did I do wrong here? This goes over here, so it's not working. I got something wrong here. Something ain't right. Okay, where we at here? You. Next one goes to you. That one will go to here. This one goes into here. Not too far yet. I think that's working. We'll find out here. Okay, I need another long spoke, I think. No, it's long, long. Just a long one over here. Okay. Can get confusing here a little bit, especially not all the spokes are in. Okay, so you. So there's one more over here. It'll be a short one. Yeah, that's going the other direction. We don't care about that one. The long one would be this one. One over here. Now it's just a matter of plugging all the holes up. See, this one's in the wrong spot. Take this one back out. Well, getting the right area makes a big difference. What you should be noticing is all the spokes going pretty easy once they do it, once they get in the right spot. They're not binding anymore, see? And that's the last one. Okay, no more binding. This whole house in right here. Everything's nice and free. Everything got movement to center itself up. There's no binding. So that took care of my problem. See, now your upper spoke here is on the upper hole, and the lower spoke, which goes underneath, goes down the lower hole. So now it's not binding. See the difference in height between here and here? That's what we're changed. So now the spokes aren't trying to go in the same plane. They're opposite each other. So everything's nice and free, so there's no binding. Everything moves nice and free. Everything's nice like it should be on that way. Everything works like it's supposed to. Alright, so that's how you get it mocked up. So, there's one down here that's laying down here. I didn't see that one. So that got taken out. See, it just drops right to the hole where it belongs. There's no binding here at all. There it goes. See, no binding. Nice and free. That's how you want all the spokes nice and even, so everything kind of jiggles around. So when you go to center this all up, it centers up really nice. Now when you tighten all of these spokes up to the last top thread here, everything should be pretty good all the way around. Okay, so now what I got to do now is I got to take this back apart. I got to put all these other spokes in here that are missing right now. And I got to put lube on all the spokes. So the lube is this black crap over here is what we're going to use. So basically, it's a matter of just doing it. Spend the time to do the pattern correctly. That's what saved us a lot of time doing all this now. See, now you just take this stuff here. Usually what I do is you gotta let it warm up a little bit and get down where you can use it. There it is, coming out. Just real nasty goop here. So you put a good layer like that on there. You can rub it in with your finger if you want. Get a nice layer in there, and that's what you're trying to do. That lubricates the threads so they won't go up. So every one of these has to be taken out that's already in here, and I have to do the same thing to it. And I also got to take all these out and put all these other spokes in there just like I do that side. It's going to take some time. So we're going to take all these bottles over here. We've got to stand them all up over here and let them get some goop going to them. So I got a bunch of bottles we're going to be using up. Alright, it's going to take about a half hour to do all this, so I'll come back when I get further along.